your gospel gonna be? Living in bondage or free? What's your gospel gonna be? You gotta write a new one for me. Blaming those who knocked me down, I'll give them thanks for being around. Stuck in stories I have told, I'm letting go of the old. Oh, what's your gospel gonna be? Living in bondage or free? What's your gospel gonna be? You gotta write a new one for me. Blessing moments of my shame, making dust out of my pain. Calming waters I have stormed, walk where love has been born. Yeah. What's your gospel gonna be? Living in bondage or free? What's your gospel gonna be? Gotta write a new one for me. Love my neighbor as myself. Rush right in when you cry for help. Give my gift and share my wealth. Am I willing to forgive myself? Come on, y'all. What's your gospel gonna be? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Living in bondage or free? Oh, living in bondage or free? What's your gospel gonna be? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You gotta write a new one for me. Oh, yeah, yeah. What's your gospel gonna be? Gotta live in bondage or free? What's your gospel gonna be? I gotta write a new one for me. What's your gospel gonna be? What's your gospel gonna be? Living in bondage or free? What's your gospel gonna be? Gotta write a new one for me. Gotta write a new one, gotta write a new one, gotta write a new one for me. Gotta write a new one for me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Gotta write a new one for me. Oh, yeah, yeah. Gotta write a new one for me. Gotta write a new one for yourself now. Gotta write a new one for me. Oh, yeah. Gotta write a new one for me. Here we go, gotta what's your gospel gonna be? Thank you all so much.
Thank you, thank you.
Greetings, everyone. I want to say thank you to my friends Gary Lynn Floyd and Jamie Lula for sharing that musical moment with us. It just is a perfect musical invocation. Doesn't matter that it was in a bar, because you know what? God is everywhere. And wherever it is that you are right now, it's a sanctuary. It's not the location. It's the activity that's happening there that brings the sacredness to the situation. So glad to be with you. We're glad to celebrate with you. We see you. At Inner Light Ministries, we celebrate you. Whether this is your first time with us or whether you've been with us for years, we honor you. We respect you. And we encourage you to unleash the spiritual genius that is the truth of your being. Just breathe that in. Just breathe that in. I'm Reverend Deborah Johnson, and it is my honor once again to be with you, to awaken the sleeping giant within us, to remember, to put it all back together again. The only thing that ever needs to be healed is just the sense of separation. And we come here to remember that we're not separate from anything, that we are one with the only thing that is. We're one with it. In it we live and we move and we have our being. So regardless of the time that you're looking at this, whether you're in quote unquote real time or whether you're checking this out sometimes later, it could be actually years later that you're looking at this, but I know that it's the right time. I know that it's the right time and that it is no accident that we are here together at this moment. Just breathe that in. Out of all the places that you could possibly be in the world right now, there is a convergence of energy that's happening where the constellation of individuals that are participating in this right now, or whenever it is that you are looking at it, has never been before and it will never be again. There is something that is bringing all of us to this moment. Isn't that extraordinary? How intimate, how personal. And yet, there is something about this experience that's transcendent of all of that. As we join with spiritual communities all over the world, of all different stripes and persuasions and histories and traditions, as we join with people who might even consider themselves to be atheists. They're not even sure about all of this stuff. Well, you know, another name for God is something. Something told me. and everybody believes in something. So whatever that is and whatever it is that is your particular persuasion, we're glad that you are celebrating here with us. At Inner Light Ministries, we offer tools for living that encourage the practical application of universal spiritual principles to all of life's circumstances. We are about personal and global transformation. Our aim is healing through the energy of love and the revealing of our own inner light. We embody spiritual oneness, appreciate individualized expressions, and honor all paths that lead to truth. Let's let that sink in for a moment. Nobody has a monopoly on the truth. Nobody can clearly define what the truth is because the truth is beyond definition. And yet everything has its earmarkings. Everything has its signs. And there's some signs of truth. Truth is everlasting. It is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. It is not fickle. The truth is no respecter of individual people. It doesn't change who or what it's about because of who's engaging it. The truth is all inclusive. It leaves no one and nothing out. The truth is redemptive. Redemptive. To redeem it, it buys everything back out of its love. Leaves no one out. When The truth comes forth. Yes, it will set you free. Now, it may piss you off. It may upset you a little bit first, but the truth will set you free. Free to be liberated from false ideas and false constructs. Truth is your friend. Not all paths lead to truth. Just saying. We're not here to honor just any old path, but the ones that lead you to spirit, the ones that lead to empowerment and justice, sustainability, love, and compassion. We're all for those. One of the things that we offer at Inner Light, every week, we offer 100 words. 100 words to change your life. They are affirmative activations, concepts, ideas, principles, paradigms, practices. That if you would dare to intone them, let the truth of their being resonate deep down in you at a cellular level, which happens through the repetition, then they will recalibrate you back to your natural frequency. Allow you to be transcendent. They call us up and they call us out. They give us a resting place where we can land to do the spiritual work that is ahead of us to do. If you are at all possible, I invite you to just tune everything else out for a moment. Be fully present and to save these affirmations with me as they come on your screen. Our topic today is life's bounty. Because I am not a mere entity in the universe. I am a spiritual portal of activity. Divine energy flows in, through, to, and as me. All wounds are healed. All blockages are dissolved. I am a conscious and grateful giver in life. The more I give, the more I can receive. I open wide the floodgates of my heart. Love magnifies, and its flow is forever increasing. I open wide the storehouse of my coffers. I allow life's bounty to be a blessing to us all. I open wide the windows of my imagination. I am a place of possibility. Just breathe that in. Yes, and to help just cultivate our consciousness and prepare our hearts for the message, I'm going to be inviting in some other friends of mine, Melissa Felipe and her lovely wife, Z Eghoff, to just give us one of their beautiful renderings. Melissa and Z, please.
It started out small, something less than a touch. I didn't even know it was you. God was unreliable, a crazy man, righteous, someone I should love and fear? What kind of sense is that? It started out small, something less than a touch. I didn't even know it was you. When I stumbled upon your power, I lost what I was taught. The crazy and the righteous enfolded in a love so vast it stretched the very definition of the word love. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me.
I surrender. I surrender to your love. I surrender. I surrender to your love.
You are not outside of me, and yet you are. It makes no sense, but then it does, for you are here wherever here may be. I speak to you, you speak to me. The voice is mine and not mine, landing in the space between where you and I vanish and begin, stretching the very definition of the word me. You. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me.
I surrender. I surrender to your love. I surrender. I surrender to
I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me.
I surrender.
I feel your peace and your presence and your power.
Thank you. Let's just breathe that in. Thank you, Melissa and Z. for the work that you do out in the world. You know, one of the really wonderful things about all the technology is that we don't have to have somebody right in front of us in order to be able to be in communion with each other, or to fellowship with each other, or to bless one another. And I say thank you for that. We've been talking this month about prosperity. And my topic today is about life's bounty. Life's bounty. You know, bounty is an abundance. When there's a bounty of something, you get the sense that there's a sufficiency that's there. Lack is not in the midst of bounty. And that life is rich. A lot of times when we talk about prosperity, we immediately go to money, as though money and material wealth is a measurement of prosperity. But I contend that I don't care how much money you have, that no matter how many material gifts that you have, if you do not appreciate and live in the sense of life's bounty, you're just going to be a poor person with a lot of money. Listen to what I'm saying. That the sense of being prosperous, not just being wealthy, not just having a lot of possessions or being rich. The feeling of prosperity is an inside job. The feeling of prosperity has to do with one's identity. So if you think it's a dog-eat-dog world and you think everybody's just out there for themselves and, you know, it's a rat race and you got to stay on top and like work. It doesn't matter how much money you have. You're not living in the bounty of this thing called life. You're living in fear. You might be living in competition. You might be living in contrast and comparison. You're living a lot of different places, but you're not feeling prosperous. When you have that sense of feeling prosperous, you exhale. You exhale. The defenses go down. The guardedness goes down. Not only is there a sense of an inner identity of being prosperous, when you look out upon the world, what you see is possibility. That's one of the markers of prosperity thinking, is seeing possibilities. Not just getting stuck in the appearances of what's before you now, but recognizing that there's more. That whatever it is that's here, that there's a regenerating source that's underneath it. See, prosperity is really infinitely tied to sustainability. Okay, if you have something and you're afraid that what you have you won't have long, or it's going to be taken from you. And if you don't have a sense that it's going to be replenished, replaced, renewed, restored, that it's going to multiply or magnify, you won't have a sense of prosperity. You might have an inner sense for a moment of being wealthy in some kind of way, or like rich. But when you have a feeling of prosperity, You are tapped into the bounty of life. Just let that sink in for a moment. You're tapped into the bounty of life, where the coffers are never empty. You don't even put it upon your own shoulders to try to make everything happen, because you are in a sense of an awareness that there's something in the universe that's greater than you. There's a creative energy and force through which all things come. That we don't so much make things happen as we participate in the co-creative process of allowing that which life is trying to manifest, having it come through us anyway. Life's bounty. Some scriptural passages are coming to my mind now, or stories, I should say. One of them is the Exodus story, which is the story of the Israelites out of captivity from Egypt on their way to the quote unquote promised land. Now, this sojourn lasted for 40 years. And contrary to popular belief, they were not just lost running around in the desert. They actually made it to their destination within a year, but decided that they weren't ready to go and that there were quote unquote giants in the land, and they kept moving around, getting ready, getting prepared. During these 39 years of the preparation, they stayed at 39 different campsites, but they never knew how long that they were going to be there. 1 week, a day, a month, a year. Said they were led by a cloud during the day and a pillar of fire in the sky by night. So they stayed wherever it is where they were until the cloud moved. And when the cloud moved, they got up and moved. That metaphor is something that I will use frequently to describe an energetic shift or a change. I remember pre-COVID, I was saying for maybe a year and a half before that, that something really big was going to happen. I couldn't imagine what it was, but I kept saying something, it's a game changer, that whatever this is so big that it'll be like a reset for us, that it's going to like touch every area, every aspect of life for all of us, like all over the planet. And I could not imagine what that was. And as we were in COVID, I thought, oh, okay, well, this is it. This is it. The cloud moved. See, when that cloud moves, you can't stay where you are. You have to grow. You have to shift. You have to change. No one made it into the promised land that had been in captivity. Every spot along the way, people died out. The only ones that quote unquote made it into the promised land were the ones who were born on the journey. Think about that metaphor for your life. That the you that will arrive at wherever it is that is your life's purpose and destiny is the you that is born on the journey. Too often we think we're not ready, or we can't make it, or we don't deserve it. So we don't even start. But start. Because life will provide for you what you need along the way. During this sojourn, they were supplied with something. It was this gooey, sticky substance that would come from the sky and fall on the ground, and they would gather it up. It would be there every single day. They didn't know what it was. They referred to it as manna. Manna. Sometimes it's like manna from heaven. Manna literally means, what is it? What? They didn't even know what it was. But every day. And here's the thing. You couldn't store it. You couldn't save it. You had to be present for it every day. When the Sabbath came around, you were given a double portion so that you wouldn't have to work on the Sabbath, the gathering, and all the rest of that. You already, that's the only time that you were able to save any of this stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing pretty, not even particularly tasty, but sufficient for all your needs. Many of them weren't happy with that. They wanted to go back to Egypt, where there were, leeks, and there were spices, and, all of these other, and teas, and all these other wonderful things. All needs were being met. Okay. But it just wasn't fancy. It just wasn't fancy. This Jesus took as a spinoff in his Lord's Prayer that you find in the 6th chapter of the book of Matthew in the Gospels, where he talks about, give us this day, us, just like the manna from heaven, it's for everybody. Give us this day our daily bread. Sustenance for whatever it is that we need from day to day. In the 23rd Psalm, it speaks of, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He leadeth me beside the still waters and the green pastures. The green pastures and the still waters, he restoreth my soul. This is wealth. This is abundance. To the sheep, green pastures and still water. There's a bounty of life where you are provided for. You may not always know where it's going to come from. You may not always know what it looks like. It may not always be something that's great and grand, but your needs are met. You are fulfilled. You're satisfied. You are provided for. Just let that sink in for a moment. The Spirit of God, the Spirit of the living God, it goes before you, providing for you what you need before you need it. The food is already made. The food that you eat today, it's already planted. It's already there. The air that you need in your lungs, the air, it's already there. The sun, it's already there. Spirit of the living God goes before you, providing what you need before you even need it. Just let that sink in. And you don't understand the prosperity unless you can feel yourself at some level connected to that bounty. Not just as some abstract concept out there, but for you. Listen to what I'm saying. In all of these examples that I'm giving, you are partaking of it. It's not just that it's being provided or that it's out there somewhere. It's being provided for you. The manna from heaven is for you and your family. The daily bread is for you and your family. The green pastures and the still waters, it's for you, your family, and your entire community, your tribe, your village, your flock. Just let that sink in for a moment. Life's bounty. And if you really, really start to feel into the prosperity of it all, you're not even looking at it as like just enough to get by. Oh, no, 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 no. You know that that's just the floor. That's not the ceiling. That's just the bottom. But that life itself has this bounty that all the things that you can think of that you would associate with the divine, all the spiritual qualities, the DNA, everything that you can think of. Prosperity, faith, joy, hope, balance, courage, fortitude, compassion, resilience, sustenance, forgiveness, yielded surrender. All of that. Connection, creativity, knowingness, intuition, all of that is in abundance, infinite supply of it, inexhaustible, everywhere present. Just think about that for a moment. There is never more of the divine one place than another. There's never a spot where some of it's there and not all of it. There's not a spot where there can be prosperity and no love, or where there can be love and no vitality, or where there can be vitality and no joy, or joy and no courage. The only thing that is omnipresent. It's not just omnipresent, everywhere present in all of these things. That's all that there is. And the only thing that is full. It's full of all of itself. So this notion that we have sometimes that we could be someplace where something's absent or where it's missing, it may not be expressing itself fully, but it's not missing. It's not missing. Just let that sink in for a moment. You're not forgotten. There's nothing that's left out. It just has to express itself more. I remember a couple of weeks or so ago, I think it was by now, is I was watching some news coverage about the assault on Ukraine by the Russian forces. And I forgot what city it was, but in the midst of all of this rubble and debris from the bombardment, where the bombs had come in to the residential areas and knocking out schools and hospitals and theaters and all the rest of that, and homes. There was this guy, debris all around him, buildings crumbling, falling down, blown up. And he was playing the cello. He was sitting on something and just filling up the square and the air with this gorgeous, gorgeous music. I had a particular affinity to it because I studied the cello in junior high. And there's a resonance that comes through it because of the way that you hold it in between your legs. You feel the sound pulsating through your body. It's a very visceral kind of experience. I played the piano too, but it's like an exterior touch. Whereas when you would bow that cello, you could feel it. And to watch this man just filling up the space, filling up the air with this music, just reminded me the music will not be denied. The music will not be denied. The music's just going to keep being the music. Whether you blow stuff up or don't blow stuff up, it's just waiting for somebody to come along and channel it. It's like that with everything. It doesn't matter the abuses or the divorces or the bankruptcies or the molestations and incarcerations, like whatever that is, it doesn't matter. It so does not matter. Because the all that is there is just waiting to come through and to express some of the most profound creative moments I've ever had. I've had inside the prison doing prison outreach work. These couple of things are coming to me right now. There was this time I was just feeling overworked and I just needed some fun in my life. And I was inside the prison. It was Ramadan time because I remember that the Muslims came into the chaplain early and put their prayer cloths down and they were praying. And there was a drumming exercise that happened in there, like a drum circle. And prior to the Muslims coming in, there were a couple of Native American brothers, like literally blood brothers, who had been incarcerated since they were teenagers. And they had like the big drum, the big Native American drum. And all these guys were coming in, and it was under the direction of Bruce Bickham, who was head of Arts and Corrections at Pleasant Valley State Prison, who has since passed away. But it was just this phenomenal time. It was this phenomenal time. And I remember the Muslim chaplain, the Imam Michael Salam, whom we're still close to, told us that for a few moments, the guys forgot they were in prison. He said, "Do you know how hard that is? To forget you're in here?" And he said, "But that's what happened. That's what happened." And I was looking around and I realized at some moment I was having a blast. I was having fun. I remember cracking up and laughing to myself. Who knew? My prayer to have fun, that I was going to have fun in the chapel in the yard. I mean, where you got to go through 3 or 4 or 5 entrances to even get there. You know, we had our own entrance passes and stuff because we were, going in there so frequently. We could get the keys. Wow, I was having fun, but it was in prison. There's a bounty, and it's everywhere. There was a time more recent, and there was a guy there, just a really handsome guy. He just charisma, charm, the voice, the talent, the composer. He played the guitar. and sang and he wrote music. He had the it factor all over him. And he was sharing, I had some time to have some more one-on-one time with him in the clerk's office, and he was explaining how he didn't even play the guitar till he got into prison, nor did he sing. He's another one that came in as an adolescent. And how people started asking him for lessons and things. Then he shared with me how there was this guy that had asked him to teach him guitar lessons. This is all in prison now, right? And he told the guy, but I never studied. I don't really know. The guy said, you would just show me what you know. And he said, every day for 3 hours, they would work on the music. After their work shifts and all that, they would work on the music. This other guy was already out now and got a music contract and told the one I was talking to, whenever you get out, I got a hookup for you. They're like waiting for you. And I was so excited. I actually asked him for his autograph. I said, will you just sign this now so that I can say, I knew you when? And I looked at him and I said, and when you get out of here, I don't ever want to see you back here. And he was just playing and looking at me and smiling. And I was playing little light congas with him a little earlier. And he just looked at me and he said, you're not going to see me back here. I know why the caged bird sings. This young Latino man, when he said, oh, I know why the caged bird sings. I was done. I was toast. It makes me well up and cry now just thinking about it. He was tapped into life's bounty. It's not in a particular location. It's not a particular amount. It's not restricted for some or reserved for others. It is equally available to us all. Will you dare? Will you dare to claim it? Because it's being provided for you. For everything in life. The sun makes its light to shine on the just and the unjust. The music doesn't care. It just wants a place to express itself through. That's how it is with everything. It's not that life is turning you down. You don't turn yourself down. We don't show up. We don't show up sometimes. Show up with a fullness. And yeah, this may sound like a dirty word, but I mean it from the bottom of my heart with a sense of spiritual entitlement. Yes, an entitlement that says, I am. I am a hey, yay. A hey, yay. Which literally is, I have been what I have been, I am what I am, and I will be what I will be. You are part of the great I am. Claim it. Claim it. Oh, let's go into prayer and claim it. Oh, Mother, Father, God, fall fresh on us this day. Fill us with your glory. Fill us with your bounty so that we may know and know that we know that we know. Create in us a clean heart. Renew a right spirit within us. Precious Lord, guide our steps. Plant our feet. Order our steps. You know. You already know. We don't have to figure everything out and micromanage it. We just say thank you. Thank you for all needs met, for showing up exactly how you need to, the manna from heaven, fulfilling each and every one of our needs. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for seemingly making a way out of no way time and time again, but I know it's your way to begin with. Thank you. You are so good all of the time. We just breathe that in. So I release this word, knowing it was fulfilled before I even spoke it. The prayer just brings us into the conscious awareness that it's already done. I release, and so it is. Amen. Breathe out. We're praying, folk, here at Inner Light. Let us pray with you. We pray for all the prayer requests that come in for at least 30 days. You can call us at our office number 831-465-9090 at extension 254. That's our prayer line. You can send us an email, the number 4prayer@innerlightministries.com. Our practitioners confidentially pray for you for at least 30 days, and they've been training years, at least 3 to 4 years, to be able to hold that space for you. We're going to be starting up some of those classes again so that you too can be trained and learn how to be the one to help hold that energetic, prayerful space, not only for yourself, but for other people as well. And if you want a little bit of fellowship, if this has touched you and you want to communicate with people and talk a little bit about this message and what it means to you, we invite you to join a Zoom party. It's going on right now. It's going to be starting just like in a few minutes at 11:30 Pacific time. And the information is right there. There are hosts to greet you there, people who are coming in from different parts of the country, even different parts of the world. And you can be in breakout groups and talk to one another. It's an excellent time to stay in fellowship, to stay in connection. Yes. So let's just take a breath. And I invite you now to participate in conscious giving. I thank all of you who regularly donate to the ministry. You'll see on your screen some easy ways in which you are able to do that. And for those of you who give on a consistent basis, I can't say thank you enough. As an independent ministry, it's your gifts, it's your tithes, it's your blessings which allow us to be sustained. I give to a lot of places because I know that it takes money to make things happen. I give to a lot of places as an affirmation of who they are and what it is that they're doing. So you can give. I'm hoping that it comes up in a moment. There it is. You can go to our website at innerlightministries.com, push the donate button there, click there. It will take you to our main portal. At that portal, you can also sign up for recurring giving, so that on a monthly basis, at the amount of your choice, and I highly, highly recommend that. It gives a consistency so we can plan and we can know what it is that we're doing, but it also makes you consistent. And there's something about the regularity of being that open vessel, which makes us bigger places in which we can receive. You'll see there on the icon of the phone is a QR code. Feel free to use that QR code to take you directly to the portal that I just mentioned there. You can also reach us via Cash App, $ Inner Light Ministries, or you can do text to give, and that will get to us as well. And regardless of the methodology that you're using, know that every nickel, dollar, and dime is going to bless this ministry. So I invite you now to just outstretch your hands from your hearts and repeat after me. My every act produces abundance. I dare to give freely unto the truth that sets us free. I release my gift, knowing that it returns to me 1,000-fold. 1,000. Let's breathe that in. There are all kinds of wonderful things that are going on in the ministry. And I invite you to go to our calendar on our website to see the activities that are going on throughout the week and midweek and evenings and afternoons and weekends. Lots of good things that, in fact, are going on. If you're in the Santa Cruz area, please feel free to drop by any of the in-person events. It's always good to be in fellowship together. And also, there's plenty of things to do virtually as well. So let's just take a breath. And I am inviting another person who does wonderful, wonderful music ministry, Amy Steinberg, who is giving us a musical offering as our closing benediction. Amy, please.
mother's hair move, my father dared touch it and say, please may I have a kiss. Yes, the breeze made me exist. And if you want to get even deeper into this right now, you will look at me and see a big old cloud. That's right, the cloud it took to form the storm, to make the breeze, to shake the leaves, to inspire the lip lock. Yes, a raindrop will pop up out these words. You will heard me right. If you look at me close enough, you will see a dark, stormy night. And what is night? Well, night ain't night without a polar opposite of sunlight. So if you watch the way my hands sway, you'll see the light of day. And every day is a testament to the sediment of the earth's pores, ever spinning enormous force. So when you look at me just right, you'll see a spark of the source. But the most fascinating thing about this, and it's true, is that if you look at me just right, you see you. Only what you perceive, how you believe, the space between you and me that creates reality. So when I sing, you can feel it. When I cry, you can heal it. When I speak words, you can be the words I speak by singing with me. Peace, love, free. 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 And when I try to fight or run, I only wind up back at square one. And when I think I know what's best for me, fate, she takes me back to exactly where I need to be. And when I am alone and full of fear, I just remember the rising sun always appears. And every day miracles, miracles that I see. Will you take me back? You take me back, you take me back, you take me back to exactly where I need to. I am exactly where I need to be. I need to be exactly where I am. I am a blessing manifest.
Thank you, Amy Steinberg. See you next week. Let's take this consciousness and multiply it.